Hey everybody, it's Karen. I recently was contacted by a woman who needed some help, and in trying to help her, I got to know her family. And I got an opportunity to explain the disease to her, the illness. She has been not able to stay sober for many, 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 many years. And like so many of us, is frustrated. Like, I've been to AA, I've been to NA, I've been to treatment, I cannot stay sober. And so I told her that I know how she feels because I felt the same way. And I actually stayed sober for about 15 years, not knowing what was really wrong with me. And then once I realized what was wrong with me, I was able to stay sober because I knew what to do to treat it, right? I didn't know what the real problem was. And so I explained to her what the real problem was. And I also was able to explain it to her family. And I think it's beneficial that the codependents and the family members understand what's wrong with the person, what is really going on with them, so then they can do what they need to take care of themselves. So you're going to hear me talk about it over and over and over again. But in talking to this woman and explaining to her and her family what was truly wrong with her and what she probably needed to do that was different, made some suggestions there. And the sister-in-law grabbed me and said, hey, obviously this runs in the family and what you say makes sense. So what about the rest of the family? The mother died of this disease. The father had the disease, or no, not the father, I'm sorry. The uncle ended up killing himself, most likely had the disease, was acting out in different ways, of course. So what do we do? You know, what's my husband going to do? What if he has this in his genes? Well, that is a great question. And so I wanted to address that. What if alcoholism runs in your family? What if you are a child of an alcoholic and they are drinking and using actively, and you are worried about yourself or your children? The best thing to do is first thing, get very educated about the illness itself. If it's your husband and you're worried about him, the things you might want to watch for is sometimes when, and this is my experience, that sometimes when someone has an alcoholic parent or brother or sister, they won't drink or use at all. Like, they've seen what it's done to them in the family. So they're alcoholic, but they refuse to use. They don't want to drink and use, but they will work or work out or gamble, right? They are going to treat the illness in them maybe with a different way because they're so repulsed by the person in their lives that caused all this trouble. So it will act out in other ways. So keep your eye open for that. The best thing you can do as a loved one watching it, or if you have children, you know, there's something about when I'm around, because I'm around so much alcoholism all the time, right? And I've helped a lot of people and their families, that when I go somewhere, like if I go to a pizza place and there's these kids running around playing, I can usually look at the one and say, that one is going to have a problem, right? That one. And what are the characteristics that make you think that? And doesn't matter if you even know, because you're not going to be able to stop them, do whatever they're going to do. But the characteristics are pretty obvious once you understand alcoholism. So what can you do as a parent? You can get ready. Okay? There's nothing you can do to deter them. This is a disease. If they have it, they have it. And you need to be well educated. What is the disease and how to deal with it? And be ready for that with some very clear, healthy boundaries, expectations, right? And a plan of action in case you have to take it. And the plan B, right? You got to get ready. You got to get ready, because this thing will come in sideways on you, and sometimes slow and sometimes fast. So I love the question, what if it runs in my family? What if I'm marrying into a family where it's in there? The answer is all the same. You might not be able to help the alcoholic addict, but you can help yourself. The best thing to do is find out what is wrong, right? What is the problem? How is it manifesting right now in their life? Is it work? Is it resentment, anger, right? What is it? Sometimes it could be porn. It could be sex. It could be shopping, right? There's a lot of ways this disease can be treated. So start looking for those warning signs, right? And, that's really about it. I think knowledge is power with this thing. I think experience is power. Getting ready, being prepared, not being surprised by it. Like everybody in the family is an alcoholic but me. You might be suffering more than you know, or not yet. Take a tragedy or something could happen and kick that thing off and going. There's some people that don't start drinking until their 60s, and then they do, and it is off to the races. So you wanted to just be kind of aware of alcoholism. I talk a lot about it, so please watch my videos. Please read my blog. If you're getting anything out of these, please share them. Hit the like button. I don't want to forget to ask you. Hit like, hit share if you can. Please go to my website, and at the bottom of the page there's a donate button. Please support me any way you can, even with the price of a cup of coffee, like they say on TV, for the price of a cup of coffee. It really does help, because this stuff costs money, and I'm wanting to expand. I've got more people to talk to than I have time in the day. So I'm having to re-strategize and put things in groups, and I want to make sure that I'm not teaching you to depend on me. I'm teaching you the answer. I'm trying to educate you on what alcoholism is, where the answer is for that, how to deal with it, how to set yourself, if you're suffering yourself, how to set a program of recovery, so you can put your dependence on a higher power. I don't want you to put your dependence on me. I'm just sharing with you all my experience that I've had with people, which is valuable it's like serious experience, so that you can utilize that and change your life. Okay? So have a great day. Thank you for your support. Love y'all. Bye.